everybody. Thank you, dog. It's Friday.
Happy TDIF.
Yeah, I'm so excited. As always, I'm here with Hillary Buchholz.
Hello, everyone.
And I'm Patty Quinn, and we are the co-founders of We Heart Hounds, and we've got a really sparkly, spectacular Thank Dog It's Friday for today. And we dressed for this special occasion. Can you see our new t-shirts? Yay, they're so cool. They've got, I'm going to try and see if I can show, can you see the back?
Yeah.
See the back a little bit?
They've got our logo and Hound Hugger on the back. So yeah, adorable. These are brand new merch for We Heart Hounds. And if you're interested in getting your own t-shirt, we have t-shirts and hoodies and long sleeve shirts, tank tops for the summertime. We'll put a link to where you can get them in the description of this post.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Anyway, had to have a little bragging moment because this is a big deal for us. We've been talking about this for so long, and we're super, super excited to now start offering some t-shirts for all you hound huggers out there, right? We're so excited. So today's do-it-yourself craft is all about creating some home decor, some pup-inspired firecrackers, okay?
The only kind of firecrackers that a lot of your dogs don't like.
I was just good qualification. Yeah, your pups will love these. They don't make any loud noises at all, but they're really adorable, really adorable. So basically, the first thing you want to start with is gathering a piece of wood. So whether it be a wood block or something round, yeah, you've got, looks like almost like a tree branch.
Yeah, it's kind of a post, a fence post, just extra ends of fence posts that I happen to get at, it's a store called Runnings, but it's like a Tractor Supply store. Those types of stores, you could find this probably Home Depot, Lowe's. You might be able to find something similar. So mine's very raw right now.
Yeah, and I have, mine's 5x5 post, just happen to have some ends laying around. You can use 4x4s. You know, you can use even just if you don't have a lumber store or it makes it difficult to find pieces that are already cut, you can try a hardware lumber store and see if they have any remnants, any kind of cut-offs, ends and throwaways. Or you can find some home decor that's wooden that is that's just blanks, basically. You wouldn't necessarily maybe turn it into a firecracker. You can, just depends on what you find, but you could get a candlestick and do this technique with that and it would just look beautiful. So anyway, so these are 4th of July inspired designs, which we're really excited to share with you today.
So the first thing that you're gonna do is, for many of you, your wood will probably be kind of rough if you're finding remnants and things like that. So I just have some coarse sandpaper that I just knocked down the really splintery parts. So you will probably want, depending on how rough your wood is, you'll probably want to take some coarse sandpaper and just kind of knock it down a little bit to smooth it out just a bit.
Ended up doing the same thing with my little 4x4 or my 5x5 post end here. So yeah, it can get splintery in a hurry if you don't. So yeah, smooth it down as best you can. And then the next step is just painting it white. Yep. And my technique is just pretty rough. I don't fill in all the spaces because I just kind of like that rough look, that rustic look.
So, and mine is pretty well painted all the way through. You can see a few spots on it, but that was just to kind of give me a little bit more of a base because it was originally so rough. So
right. Then, as you can see from Hillary's sample there, the next thing you do is take some painter's tape and just lay out your design. So we're thinking red, white, and blue, right? Stars and stripes, and for me, I'm replacing my stars with puppy dog prints. So I've used painter's tape, kind of cut out shapes. Every one of them's different. I didn't use a stencil. I really just wanted kind of that handmade look and feel. So that's what mine is.
And then on mine, I'm not sure if you can see there, but I've just hand drawn a little paw print that'll be on the top of this part.
And you've got stripes.
I have my painter's tape here that I'm going to pull off right now.
Yeah. and I've got a smaller block, another one that I've done, and I put painter's tape on. I put painter's tape in the white spots just to keep that white, and then painted red over it. You can see. And then my next color was blue, so I wanted to make sure I didn't paint over my stripes on this one. But these are fun. The reveal is kind of fun to see what they look like when they're all done.
It is, and depending on how rough your wood is, you may have a little bit of bleeding in between your painter's tape, but you can go in pretty easy and clean that up if you need to, or if it's kind of that rustic look that you're going for, you may find that you don't need to clean it up at all. My vertical stripes are holding up a little bit better than some of my horizontal stripes did, just because of the grain of the wood. I had a little bit more bleeding on my horizontal ones.
Yeah. I think mine turned out okay. And if there's a little bit of bleeding, you know, again, part of the reason I try to make mine look a little rougher with the painting technique is because you can get a little bit of leeway here and there. You don't have to be quite as precise, which is one of the things I like. Makes it a little easier to do. And then you're going to be adding painter's tape again, so so just you're not covering up the red.
Just right here where I just took that first layer. I don't want there to be a white stripe. I want this whole top part to be blue. So I'm just going to lay down some painter's tape to give me a line once I start painting with my blue.
That sounds good. Perfect. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching us today. We're super excited. Can't wait for you to see the final result. These really turn out super cute. All right. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start painting. Again, just white paint, red paint, blue paint, whatever colors you have on hand or whatever you want to get. I grabbed some samples from Lowe's. You can get these little sample jars for, I think it's like $2 or $3, maybe $3.50 at most. They're really not expensive. And my blue is kind of a country blue, so it's not a real navy color blue. It just was the blue that I had on hand. So so that's what I'm using today.
And I just got the little samples of, like at Ace Hardware or whatever too. And these happen to be interior. I wasn't too worried about it because I was like, we're not putting them out there forever. So they'll hold up just fine. Yeah. So.
Well, and these can be indoor decorations as well.
Absolutely.
Too. So you can, and if you wanted to, I think you could, if you're really worried about it, these are acrylic paints, by the way. And if you were really concerned about preserving them, you can always put a varnish over the whole thing when you're done to protect it from the elements outside.
So I'm going to start with mine, just painting around. I have my hand-drawn paw print here.
Yeah, you're braver than I am to hand draw.
Yeah, I found it a little bit easier than trying to do the stencil part, just because I had enough bleeding. My wood was rough enough that I had enough bleeding that I was like, well, if I'm going to have to go in and do all the edges anyways.
I agree. And for these, basically, I just lined up painter's tape on my table. You could use wax paper if you think it's going to stick. I just put a few pieces of painter's tape together, kind of drew this heart shape, that basically is upside down, and then some 4 circles or oval shapes for toes, and out of painter's tape, and then just use those as stencils and just kind of place them, here and there on my block. So.
And we are kind of making a little collection of these. So you'll see in a bit, you can do different designs for each. Like Patty has her other striped version right next to it. So it's kind of neat if you can vary the designs that you're going to be using. And as usual, sort of the bolder the design, the little bit easier it's going to be to actually work with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they'll stand out nicely if it's if it's outdoor decor that you're making.
Mhm.
If it's nice and big and bold, people will be able to see it pretty easy from the
Right.
street or what have you.
Right. And if you haven't noticed already, the idea to make this dog themed is to swap out the stars or a couple of stars with a paw print here or there. And then those would be basically your stars on your Americana patriotic inspired decor here.
Yeah.
So again, if you're putting this painting technique on a candlestick or another, you could use a chalkboard and paint the flag, but instead of stars, paint little paw prints instead. This technique, this idea or concept can really sky's the limit. You can have some fun with it.
Yeah, and you could do on your flag idea, you could just do one big paw print for that blue area there to make it kind of
that would be easier to do too. Yeah, exactly. So these are so fun.
They really turn out super cute.
Yeah. And they look great like in a little foyer area inside the house, or if you want to put them by your front door outside. These would make really great hostess gifts or party favors or things like that. If you want to, on your 4th of July barbecue, if you want to have a little giveaway, have some games and you got some prizes for the winners. These would be fun to do and hand out. Or set on your table, your picnic table with all the potato salad and all the yummy, delicious food you've got for everybody. They make great table decor as well.
And if you're using the little bit smaller, you can have a whole kind of theme running. So you could do smaller candlestick sizes or, just having the whole place kind of decorated up, I think is really fun for the holiday.
I agree. Does anybody have any fun plans for 4th of July? I would love to hear if anybody's got any. We usually, when we had pups, we were homebodies. Did not go out too often because the pups were scared of the fireworks. So we were always home trying to help calm them down, keep them feeling good.
We've been really lucky. As much as Lulu's a little bit of a scaredy cat about most things, but storms and fireworks don't seem to really bother her, which is...
we had that same thing with Daisy when she was young. I was shocked. She wasn't scared of storms or fireworks, but as she got older, that ended up being the case. So we definitely enjoyed it while it lasted.
Yeah. And
my heart goes out to him.
My husband had an Australian Shepherd who would just get completely terrified of storms or fireworks, either one, and try to. And Australian Shepherds can be kind of escape artists, so her main mode was trying to run away from them. So it was just he had to really be careful when there was a storm coming.
Yeah, we have, and we'll post it again. We put together on our website. There's some tips and tricks to help your dogs through the 4th of July. It's a scary time for them. A lot of dogs end up escaping from the house, running away from the backyard, and getting lost on 4th of July. So, but there's some really great ideas to help keep them calm, keep them occupied, and be able to get through the day and the night without too much trouble. So we'll post a link to that again on our page here.
Yeah, it does have some really great tips and ideas to help keep them calm.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kind of stopping here because I'm not done making all my paw prints because I wanted to show what it would look like when it's just solid white. So I'm gonna stop right here and let that dry.
I'm just gonna fill in a little bit more. Eventually, this entire top portion that I'm working on right now will be blue. But I will show you what we've got so far in just a sec.
Yeah, I'm gonna reveal my paw prints over here. So on this one, you can see. So you can see how this turned out. Cool. So far, so good. I always, whenever I'm drawing or making a stencil for paw prints, for some reason I always put the heart shape up, and then I'm like, oh, it's upside down.
Oh, that's exactly what I did. Mine's upside down. I didn't even notice that that's what I did, but now that you mention it and I look at it, hey, that's what I did.
Well, hearts are supposed to be facing upward, right? So there's my one paw print. And I'll work on this other one here. I don't know how many times I did that. That's too funny. You just did that to make me feel better. I know, right? You did it on purpose to not make me look like such an idiot. All right, sweet. This is turning out.
So here's.
Yeah. Oh, that looks cute. I love it. I love it.
So I will be painting this entire thing just blue, and then I'll paint the top blue as well. But
that's great. So I have opposites here.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it turned out really sweet.
And you can really, like, the patterns can be as elaborate or simple as you want. So
yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this one down and let it dry a little bit.
Good luck. Hopefully it doesn't get blue paint everywhere.
It's doing a pretty good job on my hands so far. But that I can deal with. So I do have kind of a simplified version of my red and white stripes.
Yeah.
It's just simply red and white stripes. I am putting 3 of these together. So one of them is my, one of them is my red and white stripes. And then.
That's great. So then we got the firework part, the wick at the top, right?
Yeah. So I'll be working on this one to create
that one is so sweet. I love the design on that one. That's so neat.
So I have a little combo of stars and paws.
That's so great. What a great idea. What a great
And I just
idea.
used this is just one width of painter's tape here.
Oh, okay, great idea. Yeah.
And then just left a little bit of space between my next row of painter's tape, and then painted the red. I did have to do a fair amount of touch up around that because it was just such a small line.
So
it's pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's great to give you that sort of spiral, and it was pretty easy. You're just running that painter's tape around at an angle. So
that's fantastic. It looks beautiful. You really did a nice job. You really did a nice job. So I've got some jute rope here. You can, if you don't have any really thick jute rope, you can get, and Hillary, yours looks a little thinner. Well, my blocks are really thick and heavy, so I needed to get kind of a thicker rope. But you can, if you don't have anything like that laying around, find a twig in your yard, paint it white, and glue that onto the top as a fuse for your little firework. That would work just great. I'm gonna put mine here.
I'm gonna plug in my hot glue gun. Maybe. See if we can get my glue gun plugged in here.
Oh. I'm working up some muscles here, cutting this rope. It's pretty thick. And then what I ended up doing is, I ended up drilling a hole on the top. It might be easier to see on this one. So just drill the hole so that there was a place for the rope, because my rope is really fat and heavy. and I was afraid if I just glued it that it wouldn't stay. So I drilled a hole.
And since mine's a little thinner, I'm just going to try to tie a knot at the bottom and glue that knot down, and then having the wick coming out the top. But we'll see how all this works.
Well, that's the fun part, is the reveal. You have no idea what these are going to look like until they're all said and done. All right, so I'm just putting a little glue down there. And I'm just going to stick the end in. All right. Oh, that looks so cute.
Oh, that's adorable. I love how thick that it works perfectly with the style and design that you have.
Thank you. You have to get some hefty. If you have smaller, like 4x4s or something like that, then that's fine. You can use a thinner. Now I've got some thinner jute as well, some rope. And what I'm going to do here is, and the reason my paw print is pretty low to the bottom is because I want to go around the top here with just a little embellishment. Again, you don't have to do this at home, but I just think it adds a nice little, for me, and a nice little extra touch. Sweet. Man, I said potato salad not too long ago, and I'm getting hungry for some potato salad. I could go for a picnic, a 4th of July picnic right about now. We have sun for the first time. I don't think it's going to be sunny all day, but we have had so much rain. So today would be perfect for a picnic.
We've been having rain storms every night, but it's been either mostly sunny or partly cloudy recently around here. But it's nice. We finally have, it went from winter to summer, basically. We kind of skipped spring, so we're getting a little spring in the evening time.
You blink and it's summer already. All right, I think that should be enough. Cut this. Should be easier. Yeah, a lot easier. Okay.
So there's
Find
my little wick on top.
Oh, let me see. Oh, that's adorable.
And
That's adorable. And you might what? Yeah.
I do have some smaller jute rope that I may embellish, but I'm thinking once I get all of them dried, I might just use the thicker one to kind of tie them into a bundle. So just tying all 3 of them into a bundle rather than having them individually tied up.
That's a great idea. I think you'd have to go to the gym and do a workout to lift all 3 of mine up at the same time. You'd have to be a little, let's say, buffer than I am right now to be able to pick all 3 up. So I'm just gonna put this in position here. Oh, that's a little wonky. And give me just a second. Let's try this. And I'm just tying it in a knot. And then I'll cut the ends to the right length.
I love that. Your colors are a little bit like nautical as well. So
I love
that.
Yeah. So
that style.
Cut this a little bit. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. But I'll have my little knot off to the side there. And then let me show you my finished one. I'm trying to get this out of the way. Here, move that so I can. So this one is my tall one.
Oh, I love that.
So I just love how this one turned out. It's the same on all 4 sides. And then I tied this. And then what I ended up doing is I put a little glue a few inches up high to kind of secure it. And then once the glue dried, I pulled this apart just to give a little bit of a fringe at the end. so that kind of added a little character to it. And then of course, I ended up taking, just to add another little embellishment to my fuse, I actually took a match and kind of burned the end to make it a little dark on the end, just to give it a little more character. But these will be my finished pieces when they're all done. And then this one, of course, has got all the paw prints on it, so they'll all be different.
How
But
cute.
anyway, they were
What kind of glue? What kind of glue did you use on the one where you tied the knot around it?
I think any kind of glue. I happen to have some wood glue on hand, but really any kind of glue. I was going to use super glue, but I think just the liquid in a regular glue is all you need. And I just like this kind of wispy end to it. It just, kind of finishes it off. And I'll do the same on this one when I'm done. So we'll show pictures and everything when we're all done of what these all look like. We have some more painting to do when we leave today. We've got some homework to do for everybody. So, but thank you so much, everyone. We just had the best time today. We hope you enjoyed our little pup-inspired firecrackers home decor, and hope you enjoy making it yourself. We'd love to see pictures if you do. And yes, don't forget, we've got our brand new shirts. Today is the first day, our debut. So wag, love, laugh, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you so much for everything. And feel free to sign up for our newsletter if you'd like, so that you're always in the know of what we're doing. We appreciate you all so much. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.